Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Season 3, Episode 5. Um, our season's pretty much over. We're still only sitting at 3 wins. We're actually tied with the Jaguars, who beat us earlier in the season, for the number 1 pick. We're both 3-11, I believe it is. Yes, it would be 3-11. So we're both 3-11 right now. If we continue to lose out, we'll have the number 1 pick. If we win a game, that might drop us to second. There's probably a very low chance of us ever dropping to that third because right now the third worst team is sitting at 5 wins. So even if we lose both games, that would tie us with third there. Or I'm sorry, if we win both games, that would tie us with the third worst record. I don't ever like to tank because I like having that winning culture. Not that in Madden it really matters, but still, just to kind of keep the immersion of everything. I don't want to tank and I don't want to lose on purpose to get that number 1 pick because I want to keep a winning mentality, that winning culture. If we can win these next 2 games, awesome. It gives us something to build on to next year for, right? However, if we just happen to lose these next 2 games, darn, we have the number 1 pick. I don't know what we would do with it yet. I will not be able to make up my mind on that until the combine. However, whether it's the number 1 or number 2 pick, we're going to get a pretty darn good player out of that. Unfortunately, not a QB. So when we desperately need a QB, it's not available. So who knows? Maybe I'll pull a surprise trade and trade away that high pick to get a QB. You'll just have to tune into the next video to find out. However, for the time being, it's time to watch the last game I'm going to broadcast of the year, of the season, and that is Oklahoma at Kansas City, Nighthawks at Chiefs. So here we go.
Today, from Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, it's a special Christmas Day edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Oklahoma City Nighthawks.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football and certainly the loudest as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oklahoma City Nighthawks and the Kansas City Chiefs. Hello again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for visiting Oklahoma City, they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
So many different reasons teams hit the losing skids, but the best way out of it, something has to happen positive early in the game.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
Brandon, there's 2 weeks to go in the regular season, so you know the pressure is ramped up in so many ways. People have to win games, try and get their bonuses, the whole deal. But how about trying to close out an MVP award?
Just 2 weeks to go. There has to be a lot of pressure, though. We talked about that in previous weeks, sitting on his shoulder.
Yeah, he can talk all he wants about, I don't listen to that, and there's no pressure. All we're doing is trying to win games. He knows, we all know, he's been the one who's been leading the pack. Let's see if he can close it out.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a 5th-round pick in the 2019 draft out of North Dakota State. It's Easton Stick.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
To throw again on second down. Stick. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. First catch so far for the man who led the NFL coming into the weekend. He's got a first down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets him a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Second down at 6 now from the 42. They give the Chubb out of the gun, and he'll take this close to a first down at the Chiefs' 35. 7 yards there and a first down. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4. At the 30-yard line.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
First down.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
From the 2, here's 1st and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Nick Chubb hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And his guys have taken a first quarter lead. lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Nick Chubb hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And his guys have taken the lead.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And Hardman going to go ahead and sit on this one as it'll come out to the 25. So the Chiefs offense heads out. There's a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance, as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. And when you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now, to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Williams, the ball carrier.
The numbers for Williams a week ago: 15 carries and even 60 yards and a touchdown.
I'm so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game, because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working. And they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First and 10.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Williams. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and
on the ground. This is Williams. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage.
Right at the line.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll try and run. This is Williams. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down. On 2nd and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams.
10-yard pickup. It's 2nd and goal.
Mahomes now to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking again for Kelsey there on that play, but now it's 3rd and goal.
And less than a yard.
They'll run it with Williams. And he's going to ball his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating when we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Harrison Butker.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
First down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. The partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
He's going to rifle one, and that's caught inside the 35. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 34.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. The run for Nick Chubb. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Juan Thornhill on the tackle. A gain of 9 brings up
on second and a yard. Stick.
14-yard line.
And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was third and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Short of the goal line.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Here's second and a yard. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And his guys are going to take the lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Now the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. Not something you want to see in week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Myles Garrett racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Here's Mahomes to throw. And that is incomplete. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That'll go as a 42-yard punt. They'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. A 1,000-yard campaign in his sights, Charles, but needs a little bit of a kick here down the stretch to reach it.
And sometimes at this stage of the season, you're looking for that extra goal, right? That extra motivation to accomplish what you want, not just as a team, but as individuals. He's got to stretch a little bit to get there. That might be what they're talking about during the practice sessions, in their meetings. Hey, we can still get this done. Let's go ahead and feed him the ball.
And the offensive line, I'm sure they're well aware of where he stands as well.
They are, and I think for them, it would be an even better accomplishment to get there now, because it seems like a little bit of a reach.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd
On 2nd and 9. Stick. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
pass.
It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Let's let's not quibble about the game there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down. That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They begin the drive with Williams. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
Williams, the ball carrier, brought down at his own 8-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Got his man. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15.
That's good.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Myles Garrett, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Williams. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12.
So we've been playing defense in this one. There's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. At the
now Chubb. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage.
Dorian O'Daniel on the
First down line at the 34 here on 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Stick from the gun on the move to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Now that's a quarterback who's in charge out there right now. Wants to throw the ball on 3rd down, doesn't find anyone open, tucks it away, takes off, and picks up the first down. Not by a little, but by plenty.
On the ground, it's Chubb. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
gain on the
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
2nd and 10. A shotgun throw for Stick. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
13 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Chris Jones on the stop.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stick. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
5-yard.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Being chased out left. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick here is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
Chiefs 7.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
As their own 23.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
from just shy of midfield. Mahomes completes it to Hardman. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10. On first down, Williams.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
12 more yards there and another first down. Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield too.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Able to shake him up, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. Myles Garrett, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Working from the gun, Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up third.
On third and long, it's Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. So on fourth down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So a special teams mistake on the field goal try leads to a new set of downs inside the red zone. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as he'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. 9-yard line, 2nd and 6. And again, it's Mahomes. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal.
27-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good. And they're back within a touchdown at 17-10.
Nighthawks 17. Chiefs 10.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. He's in his own 2nd quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And the Chiefs are going to get him.
Quarterback is sacked. A loss of 5 yards. It's 3rd down. 3rd and 6.
So we've reached halftime here. Charles has already thrown off his headset. He's out here. He says, it's Christmas Day. I'm going home. We're not done yet, though. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Merry Christmas to you at home as we take you around the NFL on this 25th day of December. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. And late in the first half, it's the Broncos who are out on top. Cortland Sutton, a touchdown reception. Next, we head up to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And you can see they are out in front in that one. Anthony Miller, a career afternoon, 4 touchdown catches. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Amari Cooper, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Fielded in the end zone, and they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Nick Chubb.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And again, it's Chubb. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. A gain of 5. He's good for a first down.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Here's Stick on 1st and 10. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. He'll get this to Ward. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
No gain
on the old pass completion for no gain. Not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained. And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Damian Williams and the Chiefs ready to begin their next drive. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
2 yards, good enough for a first. They'll run on first down. Williams, and he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Hall bringing it in.
Mahomes pass.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd.
They run it again with Chubb. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Down at the 20-yard line.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
First and 10, Stick. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards on the pick.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
3rd down, they'll throw with Stick. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
It's a gain of 10.
It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Stick looks to throw. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Time now for Patrick Mahomes as we put him in our players spotlight. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest.
At the 5-yard
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Williams. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10.
Damian Williams.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And they're going to get the first down here as he's up to the 14.
Kansas City.
Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
14-yard
Well,
line.
they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On 1st down, Mahomes. And he finds a man on the crossing route. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
It's a pickup of 6.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Mahomes firing complete, and he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. That's caught left side by Hardman. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
On the ground, this is Williams. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
The line of scrimmage.
And they've just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
At the 40-yard
Well,
line.
he's certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
The first running back drafted in April. This is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
The ball carrier. He's tackled at the 32-yard line.
On 2nd and a couple. Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes.
By Myles Garrett. A loss of 10 yards.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
after the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Mahomes going to throw. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Derwin James with a pick. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more.
Brings up
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They give to Chubb out of the gun. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. One quarter remains here in Week 16. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball. You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you just hold a slim lead. But that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
Now this offense ready to head back out there. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
7-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Finding Hardman here over the middle. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Mahomes dropping one to Williams here. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
3rd and 4.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
A run for Nick Chubb. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Chubb. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
He's brought down.
A pickup of 14 that time. And that'll give him a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Stick looking to throw on 1st and 10. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Chris Jones make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Here's Matt Hawk now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
23-yard line.
And now here comes Kansas City. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It's a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still,
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown.
Touchdown, OKC.
Little bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close, one-score game, trying to push the ball down the field and score, and you throw a pick six.
And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble when you're making your throws, right? Sometimes you press it a little bit more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost them.
Now the try here for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this carries into the end zone. And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. Now Mahomes to try again after the pick six. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That catch good for only a couple. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Myles Garrett, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. Third and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And the throw there going to be incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well. Popped it free from his grasp.
So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. First down, they'll run with Chubb. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. Second down at 4. Chubb. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A 5-yard gain there makes it first and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Nick Chubb, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now the try here for the point after. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And Hardman going to go ahead and sit on this one as it'll come out to the 25. And here now the offense heading back out there. Now this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this fourth quarter. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
To Damian Williams.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
It's 2nd and inches at the 35-yard line.
Mahomes now to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And this is caught by Watkins. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Mahomes completes that one to Watkins. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
2nd and 10.
And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
On the carry.
Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Mahomes going to go on 4th down. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. And this game, it could very well turn out to be the shocker of the weekend. Not too many expecting them to come in here and win. And they're not just winning, they're dominating. And now trying to finish this one off. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Push back 5 yards by the delay of game, 2nd and 8. Following the penalty, Chubb. And a short pickup here as he'll get up to about the 22-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, it's Stick. Looking to get it to Ward. Intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings us all the way back down inside the 10-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. 2nd down and goal. Mahomes, but it'll be 2nd and goal. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. But probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Butker on for the PAT. And the lead will be cut down to 14. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Now Chubb. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. And defensively going with a dime set, 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And they take a knee. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And, of course, this is a win they're going to hang their hat on. They go on the road and defeat the defending Super Bowl champs.
Partner, they came, they saw, they conquered.
They conquered.
But before all that happened with the conquering part, they believed. They thought it all week. It was evident when we talked to them before the ball game that they thought they could get this done, and they knew exactly how, had a plan, formulated it, and then executed it. That's a big-time win to take down the defending Super Bowl champs.
Hey, these are the kind of games that we are capable of having every single time we hit the field. Problem is, we haven't had it this season. Easton Stick, 154 yards passing, but he kept the drive alive a lot with his ability to scramble. With that said, I'm not the kind of person who likes scrambling quarterbacks or building offenses around a scrambling quarterback. So even though it was effective here, and honestly, it's probably because Lamar Jackson is such a big deal that the Madden creators made that a huge feature this year. We've seen that back when Mike Vick was big. All of a sudden, just snapping the ball to your quarterback and running 50 yards down the field was the main Madden play. Anyway, as far as building this franchise goes, it's not going to revolve around a scrambling quarterback. I want a passing quarterback, and we'll run with our running backs. Defense played well. Gave up 10 points for most of the game, and then 7 at the end there. Myles Garrett with a bunch of sacks today. Nick Chubb with a ton of running yards. I think he had 2 touchdowns as well. Cornerback King had an interception or 2. So, in this game, the team did everything that we expect them to do every single time. We just got to find a way next year so that they do it every single game. And I think that mainly comes down to building the offense up more. We don't have a quarterback this year. Our offensive line has a couple question marks. Our second wide receiver could be a little better. Our first wide receiver is leading the league in receptions or receiving yards, which is crazy considering how bad of a year we're having. But we're getting great production out of him. He's developing. We just need that second wide receiver to develop to be a threat as well. But I think we get a left guard, right guard, a better quarterback, and our offense will be pretty much set. It will just be, maybe upgrading a wide receiver position or that receiving back. On defense, we need a left outer linebacker, and everybody else is quality starters. So we're pretty much done with defense as long as I can get maybe a left outer linebacker, but that's not a priority. This offseason, we have to build up our offense. And with that said, it's the end of this video, and the next video is going to be the start of Season 4. We're going to get a recap of the off season, and then we'll watch the 2023 NFL Draft. So thanks for watching Season 3. Sorry we didn't make the playoffs this year, but we've been having a lot of success so far that you're not going to make the playoffs every single year. So yeah, with that said, have a good one. Thanks for watching Season 3. I look forward to you watching Season 4.